Good morning, Military Mom Collective. My name is Amy. I am the Director of Partnerships and co-owner of the Military Mom Collective. And it is Month of the Military Child. And so to help celebrate the resiliency of our military children, every Saturday morning, we are having a children's author join us to read their book live. And this morning, I am so excited to have Amy Schweizer here. She is the founder and the owner of Tiny Troop Soccer, and she has written a really cute book that I absolutely adore. Amy, tell us about your book.
Hey, Amy. Hey, Amy. Thanks for having me on. So, my book is titled "I Will Be Okay: Adventures of a Military Kid," and really, the premise is that for us as adults to remember that it's vital to engage kids in fun physical activities, particularly in times of stress, such as a deployment of a parent. So, almost all of our military kids go through that, and so it's just really critical to give them something that not only benefits their physical bodies, but we all know that physical activity also benefits your mental and emotional health. And so we really have to support our military kiddos, and especially the younger kiddos. They can't verbalize that they're upset that daddy's gone, or they're super excited because mommy's coming home. They can't verbalize these things. And so we have to give them an outlet with something to do. So whether that's soccer, like Roman in the book here, or it's a different physical activity. There's tons of things on installations and out in the local communities, ways we can get our kiddos involved to, help them lead those active lifestyles and also to benefit their emotional and mental health. So that's kind of the premise of the book in a super fun format.
I love it. Well, my husband was just deployed for 11 months, and my little 4-year-old, it literally took maybe the first 6 or 7 months to figure out for him to connect himself that, hey, a lot of these emotions I'm feeling and the behavior I have, it's really because I miss my dad, And so having tools like this is so important for our kids, whether they're 4 or 14 or older or younger, anywhere in between. So we are so excited to have you read your book. So I'm going to pull myself off the screen, and I'm excited to hear your book.
Yeah, great. All right, guys. So again, it's titled "I Will Be Okay: Adventures of a Military Kid." And one cool thing before I start the book that we have, that the dandelion is the flower of the military child, and it's because military children can bloom anywhere the winds take them. So the fun thing in this book is that there's a dandelion hidden on every page. And so as you're reading it with your kiddo, you guys can you can find those. So that's really cool. Okay, guys, let's get started here. And I'll show you the pictures after we get started. So sometimes it's really tough being a military kid. I'm not even 3 feet tall, but I feel like I'm growing up fast. My daddy has to leave today. He's being deployed again. It's hard on mommy, Charlotte, and me when he goes. I'll be back soon, Roman, daddy said as he hugged me. I promise I'll call as much as I can, and you can show me all the rocks that you find. Okay, daddy, I said. I tried to be brave, but I felt really sad and held on to his leg. My mommy tried to be brave too, but after daddy kissed her and left, she went into their bedroom with my baby sister, Charlotte. I know that mommy was crying and she didn't want me to see. I hugged Trooper, my stuffed lion, so I would feel better. Daddy bought Trooper for me when we move. Trooper sleeps in the box where mommy keeps daddy's winter shirts. That's why Trooper always smells like daddy. A little while later, mommy came out of the bedroom. Her eyes were puffy, but she wasn't crying anymore. After Charlotte was put down for her nap, mommy made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for our lunch. We sat down at the table, and I looked at the chair where daddy usually sits. It makes me sad when he's away on his trips. Mommy, when is Grammy coming to see us? I asked. Maybe next month, mommy said. Our new house is further away from where she lives. Next month? But that's years away. Why did we have to leave our old house again, mommy? I asked. Remember, daddy's job is keeping our country safe, and we have to move where the military needs daddy to be. I know it's hard sometimes, buddy. I miss our last house. I made some new friends there. I thought about my best friend Quentin from the last base. We used to have so much fun together playing tag. It will be okay, Roman, I promise. You'll make new friends. Maybe Grammy will come sooner than I think. I know she misses you every day. I miss her too, I said. I thought about how I feel when Grammy hugs me. She has warm, soft arms that hold me like a cozy blanket. She listens to every word I say. She understands how I feel. After I tell her everything I want to tell her, she sits on the couch and tells me really funny stories. No one else is like my Grammy. I have a surprise for you, Roman, Mommy said as she put breakfast on the table. What is it, Mommy? I love surprises. I looked around for a gift, but I didn't see one. You get to play soccer, she said. It will be lots of fun and you'll make new friends. You get to start today. Wow, today? That's so soon. Can we bring Trooper? I asked. I always feel better when Trooper's around. Sure, Mommy said as she smiled. Trooper wasn't too sure about this soccer thing. He doesn't really like new places or new people too much, and it's hard for him to make friends sometimes. I didn't finish my breakfast because it felt like there were butterflies flying in my stomach. Soon we all got in the van to drive there. When we got out of the van, I saw a big field. There were other kids and their parents there too. Suddenly, a lady in a bright blue t-shirt came running up to us. Hi, you must be Roman. It's nice to meet you. Are you ready to play some soccer? I guess so, I said, but I don't know how to play. Don't worry about that. We'll have you playing in no time. This is Trooper, I said. Hi, Trooper. My name is Coach Amy. I'm going to be Roman's soccer coach. Then she turned to me and said, I'll set Trooper on the bench next to your mom so he can watch. Is that okay? I nodded my head yes, but I felt the butterflies in my stomach again. Coach Amy started waving her hands around and directing us all to Soccer Island, but all I saw was a big patch of grass with some dirt around it. The first game we played after Coach Amy got us together was Shark Island. Coach Amy said, okay, you see those red and blue things? They're called cones, but today they are soccer ball eating sharks. She started to put the cones down on the ground. I knew they weren't really sharks, but I was really excited and wanted to be sure not to get eaten. Then she had us run from side to side, back and forth, from corner to corner as we dodged the sharks. Every once in a while, I would get close to one and she would wave her arms and shout, be careful, Roman, there's one right near your foot. You see him down there? It was so much fun to pretend, but it got even more fun after we had a soccer ball of our own. I was learning how to play soccer, but I didn't even know it because I was having so much fun. Coach Amy was really silly and made me laugh, and it felt good to play with other kids. Next, we're going to go on a safari, exclaimed Coach Amy. A safari? What's that? The kid next to me asked. I don't know, I said. Coach Amy had gotten some parents to help her, and I was surprised to see that my mommy was one of them. Coach Amy said Mommy was a lion like Trooper. The other parents were pretending to be monkeys, alligators, tigers, and all sorts of animals. Okay, it's time for our animal hunt. When you hear the roar, dribble your ball to the lion, exclaimed Coach Amy. Mommy was roaring really loudly. I couldn't believe it. I got there first. Mommy said, good job, Roman. I could tell she was really proud of me. Okay, everyone, now it's time to find the monkey, Coach Amy directed. Wait until you hear the monkey call. This is fun, the kid next to me said. My name's Mason. The monkey is my dad. My name's Roman, I said, as Mason and I started to dribble our soccer balls toward the ee-ee-ooh-ooh sound that Mason's dad was making. I wondered why Mason's dad was here and my daddy wasn't. After we dribbled to all the animals, it was time to play snakes in the grass. Coach Amy put balance beams across Soccer Island in all different directions. Okay, everyone, we're going to start by running around Soccer Island. And when I yell, snakes in the grass, you're going to enter the island and jump over as many snakes as you can. If you touch one with your foot, you have to lie down on your stomach in the grass and you become a snake too. We were running all around Soccer Island, and then she yelled, snakes in the grass. Mason and I split up as all of us were jumping over the snakes in every direction. I jumped over almost all of them, but my foot hit the last one. I had to become a snake. I laid down and imagined sliding through the grass like the snakes in the book me and Daddy used to read. He would have so much fun on this adventure. By the time that soccer was over, we had all been chefs as we played Coach M's breakfast scramble, pirates as we looked for treasure, and hula dancers as we did the hula hoop shuffle. I was so tired, but I felt so happy. Hey, Mason, how come your dad's here? My dad's gone. That's because my mom's gone. So my dad gets to stay with me, Mason said. Oh, I could see Mason was sad about his mom. Are you going to be at soccer next week? Yeah, he said. Are you? Yep, I said. It was fun. We said bye to each other. Then Mason went to his dad and I went to my mom. Did you have a good time? My mom asked. The best, I said. After that day, my mom and I marked out soccer days on the calendar. I messaged my dad and told him how much I loved soccer. I told him about how I was finding treasure in the ocean, jumping over snakes in the jungle, and sailing on the grass. I even told him how nice Coach Amy was and how she always gives me a big high five when I see her and how she knew about my favorite dinosaur, the T-Rex. My dad messaged back, I'm proud of you, Roman. You are a fearless adventurer. That made me feel so good. I hope I'm as brave as my daddy is someday. At our next soccer session, I ran up to Coach Amy. Coach Amy, if I have to move again, how will I get to play soccer? Oh, don't worry, Roman. Most of the bases have soccer for your kiddos your age now, she said. Yeah, but they won't have you, I said. I felt a little sad thinking about not getting to see Coach Amy anymore. That's true, but the other coaches are fun to work with too, and they're all my friends, she said. You're such a great player, Roman. Your next coach will be so excited to have you on Soccer Island. I smiled at Coach Amy. I would miss her if we moved again, but no matter what, I would never forget the fun I had at soccer. Before I knew it, it was time to flip over the calendar to the next month. The time had flown by faster than I expected. My mom had written a note on it. Grammy arriving at 3 p.m. Mom, I said as I pointed to her note, does this mean that Grammy is coming? It sure does, and we both have so much to tell her, she exclaimed. When we picked Grammy up for the airport, I ran to meet her. I was jumping up and down as I tried to tell her everything that had happened since her last visit. It sounds like you've been having a lot of fun. I'm going to be here for 4 whole days, so you'll have time to tell me everything, she said as she gave me one of her warm, soft hugs. Wow, really? I'm so excited, I said. On the way home, I told her about our new house and soccer and my new friend Mason. She loved hearing about my new adventures. Guess what, said Grammy. I'm coming to your next soccer session. Your mom told me that some of the parents and grandparents get to be animals. Do you think Coach Amy would let me do that too? Yes, I said. What animal do you want to be? I think I'd like to be an elephant, she exclaimed. And then she got up and put her arm in front of her nose like it was a trunk. That made me laugh. I love you, Grammy. I love you too, Roman, she said, more than all the elephants in the world. She wrapped her arms around me just like a cozy blanket, and my heart knew that everything would be okay. The end.
Oh my gosh, that was so sweet, especially at the beginning. Maybe deployment is a little too fresh in my heart, but I was like, oh my gosh.
No, it's so sad.
But that is such a sweet book. Thank you so much for reading that, Amy. And I have to say, I am beyond the moon because Tiny Troop Soccer just started at my base. And I'm so excited to put my 4-year-old in soccer this summer. But if people saw your book and loved it, where can they find it?
Yeah, so you can actually find it on Amazon. So just search I Will Be Okay. It'll pop up there. You see my last name there in case you need help finding it, but it's there. We also have a website that's it's adventuresofamilitaryKid.com. So you can check the book out there. If you wanted me to sign one directly to your kiddo, you could purchase through there and I'll send that out to you. And then we also do have our Trooper the Lion guys. So a lot of kiddos like to use these when daddy or mom are gone, kind of as their little battle buddy, or just to cuddle with at night. And so you do have the option to grab one of these guys too to go along with the book. And that's awesome. Adventures of a Military Kid website.
Awesome. Well, we'll be sure to check that out. We'll drop all those links in the comments for you guys watching. So thank you so much, Amy, for joining us and for reading your book and sharing the adventures of the military kid, because they will all be okay. Our kids are so resilient. So be sure to tune in every Saturday morning for the rest of the month, and we will have a different author reading their book live. We got some really fun ones planned out for the rest of the month. So on behalf of the Military Mom Collective, you guys have a great day.
See ya.